The attic door. Nora Thistle was the sort of girl who noticed things other people didn't. Like the way the birds in Elder Pine sang different songs at dusk than they did at dawn. Or how her grandmother's mirror sometimes reflected places that weren't quite her bedroom. After her parents decided to move into the old Thistle Manor and ivy-clad house, tucked into the hills of Elder Pine, Nora sensed right away that it held secrets. The house had belonged to Nora's grandmother, Eleanor Thistle, a woman who vanished without a trace decades ago and was spoken of in town with a kind of quiet reverence. People called her odd, but in the way that artists and dreamers are, one eye on the world, the other somewhere else entirely. Nora's room was at the very top of the house, just beneath the sharply pitched roof. The attic was connected to it by a short hallway and a crooked door that always stuck. On rainy days, the walls creaked, and the house felt like it was breathing slow and steady, as though asleep. It was on one of these rainy days that Nora first noticed the door. She had gone into the attic to search for old books. Her grandmother's trunks were filled with brittle journals, yellowing photographs, and artifacts that seemed too strange to be real, like a compass that pointed nowhere, or a pair of spectacles that revealed hidden symbols on plain pages. She was kneeling beside a velvet-lined box of pressed flowers when she saw it, a small arched door in the far corner, half covered by a moth-eaten quilt. She was certain it hadn't been there before. Drawn to it by an invisible pull, she stepped closer. The door was only a little taller than she was, and made of aged wood etched with curling symbols. When she touched the handle, it pulsed gently, like the heartbeat of something alive. It opened inward without a sound. A narrow spiral staircase descended into darkness. Nora paused. Something deep inside her said she was standing at the threshold of something enormous, something magical. She took a breath, stepped through, and began to climb down. The air grew warmer the farther she went, and the darkness gave way to a soft, pulsing light. At the bottom of the stairs, Nora found herself in an open forest that glowed with impossible color. The trees towered into the sky like cathedral spires, their bark shimmering with veins of silver. The ground was covered in moss that sparkled underfoot, and luminous butterflies danced in the air. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, and then a voice spoke. "You're late." Nora turned sharply. From the shadows stepped a creature shaped like a fox, though its fur shimmered like embers, and its 3 tails swirled with fire. Its eyes glowed violet, ancient and kind. "Who? What are you?" Nora asked. The fox bowed its head. "I am Fenn, your grandmother's friend and guardian of this realm Viridian. And you, Nora Thistle, are the heir." "Heir? To what?" "To this realm. Your grandmother ruled here once, long ago, before the magic began to fade. She vanished from your world, but not from ours. She left the door open for you." Nora struggled to understand, but Fenn only smiled. "The realm reveals itself only to those who believe in what cannot be explained. You have that gift. The world needs it now more than ever." What followed were weeks of exploration, though time in Viridian did not pass like it did in the waking world. Nora learned the language of winds from a cloud-keeper named Mura, danced with starlings made of glass, and climbed floating islands that carried ancient ruins. But the realm was fading. Whole groves were turning gray, rivers ceasing to sing. The magic was unraveling because belief was dwindling. Viridian was powered by wonder, and in the world above, wonder was dying. To restore it, Nora would have to journey to the Heartseed tree, the source of all dreaming, and rekindle its light. Her journey took her through the moonless Fenn, where shadows whispered doubts, and across the mirror bridge, which showed her greatest fears. She faced them with courage, her imagination a weapon as sharp as any blade. In the end, standing before the Heartseed tree, she remembered her grandmother's voice-reading stories, humming lullabies, whispering that the world was still full of magic if you knew where to look. Nora sang a song of her own, making a song woven from memory, wonder, and hope. The Heartseed tree bloomed. Light spread across the realm, golden and endless. The stars above sang again. When Nora awoke back in her attic, dust still covered the trunks and the strange little door was closed. But a single silver leaf lay on her pillow. She would return to Viridian many times in her life, and each visit taught her more about magic, about bravery, and about herself. Years later, people in Elderpine spoke of the girl who always seemed to be looking past the horizon, who wandered alone with a fox of flame by her side. And though many children looked for it, only those who believed with all their hearts ever found the attic door. Subscribe my channel and comment below your ideas about story.